last but not least, we're gonna have a short video from Robert Hanlon before we step into the hands-on sessions. So I'm gonna read a quick bio about Robert Hanlon. Before he joined Rose in 2011, he served as a postdoctoral research fellow at the Institute of Asian Research, UBC, for 3 years. He has taught at the UBC, Kwantlen Polytechnic University, and Simon Fraser University. Outside academia, Hanlon has worked for the Asian Human Rights Commission, the Canadian Chamber of Commerce in Hong Kong, as well as the High Commission of Canada and Australia. And he holds a PhD in International Relations and Asian Politics from City University of Hong Kong. He's going to talk about the use of CTET in courses as well.
Hi, good morning. My name is Robert Hanlon. I teach in the School of Humanitarian Studies, specifically in the Human Security and Peace Building program. I'm very happy to be here today. Thank you to the organizers for inviting me. I'm just been asked to speak for 3 to 5 minutes on a teaching tool that I've been using for the past few years called TED-Ed, and why I keep using that, and what I've gotten out of it, and what the student responses would be. So today I'm going to talk about this TED-Ed feature that, again, I've been using in all my classes, not only in my online learning classes, but also my classes here at Thompson Rivers University, where is my regular full-time employment. So to start with, I just thought I'd say, as we all know, the challenges of online learning is how do you not only engage students, but from my perspective, how do you engage the teacher? And I've found that interactive tools such as podcasts and blogs and those types of things have been very helpful. But TED-Ed, when I introduced this TED-Ed feature, it allowed me to bring in any type of content that would be in video format, so mostly documentaries. I typically use open source material, so there's no copyright issues, or I'll ask permission from the publishers, specifically if it's a documentary that's been uploaded on a venue like YouTube. But I will take documentaries, short documentaries, and I will imply them into the TED-Ed feature. Now, all you have to do is search out TED-Ed, and I heard this through students who were doing online learning at another university, that they had experienced this TED-Ed feature and had really enjoyed it. So I sought it out, found at that time it was called TED-Ed Beta, so it hadn't been officially released yet. Now it has, so if you just Google TED-Ed Beta or TED-Ed, the website will come up, and there's a great tutorial on how to set it up, how to embed your video, how to put your video in this feature, and then use it as an educational tool. It took me about 10 minutes to learn it, and I don't, normally technology takes me a while, so if I can do it, anybody can do it. But just to kind of run you through what it does is it allows me to pick and choose documentaries, any documentary online. Then I apply the hyperlink into the TED-Ed feature, and so it embeds the video into my own personal kind of website or web page. I then add study questions that go through my different types of content or learning outcomes that I'm trying to do. So generally I'll start with kind of a very broad question for the students, and the students can read my question while they see the video or the documentary running on the screen, and so they can follow my questions as the video and documentary is running. So I tend to start kind of with broader questions, then I move through very specific questions that are related to the concepts of the program, and then I leave them with some final thoughts, and generally a quote or something controversial. So what it does is allows them to watch a documentary interactively with questions that I have predetermined and put in. Now, I find this very helpful because, as we know, online learning can be challenging, and so being able to creating a web page with my documentary with specific questions already geared to the students, and then including it on the on the course websites, the students are able to access this video and this TED Ed documentary at any point throughout the course. So there's no set guidelines. They can watch it, and then I ask them to come and provide feedback back into the forums, Railroads forums. So it's very simple. I've used 2 documentaries so far. I've used a documentary on Somalia and conflict there, and I've used a documentary on the Arab Spring. This course I'm teaching now, I'm teaching a course that's going to require another TED Ed feature and we're going to be looking at a video documentary on the use of drone technology. And so it really gets not only the students excited about something such an interactive learning tool as this, but it also gets me excited because I see their responses, and the responses have been overwhelmingly positive. Instead of looking at me for half an hour, well, they still got to do that, but then they get to see these interactive features and videos, and it really gets them fired up. One of the things I find with learning, especially in my field, human security, and conflict resolution, most students are in Canada. They're not in conflict zones. They're not in these places that we're studying in the literature. So adding a quick documentary through TED Ed allows me to show them and give them a small glimpse of what things are like out there. And so it creates a virtual space for them to think and have them apply the readings to these documentaries. So I don't want to take too much of your time, but from my perspective, it has been a very important learning tool. It's also been referred to, and you might have heard of the flipped classroom, this kind of stuff as well, where they literally take the material home, and by the time they see me and we interact on the forums, they've already done the assignments, they've read it, they've watched the videos, and we're really ready to engage. So it gives students the opportunity to work on their own schedule, provide them glimpses of the world around them, and change it up a little from the traditional online learning. So TED Ed, I highly recommend it. Thank you very much for your time, and I wish you good luck with the rest of the meeting today.